Hi everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. I haven't been live for a couple of weeks, and so we have a lot to talk about. There's a lot going on, and we're going to do we're going to talk about the trimmer. There's just a lot going on. So we are actually just going to jump right into things today because there's so much going on. Okay, I have in front of me Paper Pumpkin. Now, I'm not going to go into this too much today because I am going to do a video on my VIP page, probably around noon or maybe 1, talking more about Paper Pumpkin, especially this 2-part kit. This is Winter Wonders Part 1, and this is our October kit, and it makes 10 really cute cards. If you are a Paper Pumpkin subscriber, you probably already have this, or it's coming any day. Hello, Carla. And then coming next month in November is Winter Wonders Part 2, and this is going to make, what did they say, 24 over-the-top tags. So that's really exciting. So we're going to talk about Paper Pumpkin more in my VIP group. If you're not a part of my VIP group, make sure you hop over and join my VIP group. We have a lot of fun over there. There's no requirements to join. You don't have to place an order or anything. It's just another place where I can share stuff with you guys, and I do share exclusive stuff over there, so make sure you join over there. All right, coming up this Wednesday, this week, Wednesday, October 23rd, is a 24-hour flash stamp set sale. They have discounted tons of stamps. There are 3 pages, you guys. This is 3 pages. They've discounted tons of stamps from the annual catalog, 15% off, which is fantastic. It's a great deal. So make sure you guys look at this flyer. Make sure you plan in advance. Get your order ready by Wednesday, because you can only order these at a discount on Wednesday for that 24-hour flash sale. If you wait till Thursday, you're not going to get that sale price. But I did want to point out a couple that I really want to highlight because they're really awesome. Okay, so let me see, I marked them. So if you are planning for Christmas now, there are quite a few Christmas ones on sale that are in the annual catalog. So you have the Merry Christmas to All on 68, Lots of Cheer on 69, and then I believe all 3 of these on 70 and 71 are also on that sale. So lots of Christmas choices. If you're still working on planning Christmas cards and you want to get them at a discount, make sure you get those at a discount. Now, some of these do have coordinating dies or punches. Those are not discounted, only the stamp sets are. But if you're saving on the stamp set, you can get that coordinating die or punch as well. Okay, the next one that I wanted to point out is this one over here, the Beautiful You. This one has been around a while, and there are so many gorgeous cards with this one. So this is actually one that I don't own yet, and I think I'm going to get it because I just love it. And the greetings are fantastic in it. They're fantastic greetings. It's just one to own. The next one I want to point out, make sure you don't miss, is the Beautiful Friendship. This one, you guys, I've used this stamp set so much, and I truly believe you cannot make a bad card with it because it is so gorgeous. The watercolor look to the stamp sets is phenomenal. You just cannot make a bad stamp set with this, or a bad card with this stamp set. So make sure that you're getting this at a discount. This is, let me see, it's normally $22. You can get it for $18.70. So big savings. Make sure you get this one. If you get nothing else, get this one. This is the one everybody needs. All right, number 4 is this one, A Good Man. This was new this year. This is great for all those masculine cards that you need to make. I love that sketchy artwork. This is another one that I don't own, but I'm probably going to get with this sale because it's so good. This one, Rooted in Nature. This is one of our bigger stamp sets, so you might like overlook it. Oh, it's too pricey right now. I don't need it. But Rooted in Nature is fantastic. I love, love, love this stamp set. It does have the coordinating dies. You are saving on the stamp set, so go ahead and throw in those dies as well when you order. This is a phenomenal, phenomenal set. This is a great one to have in your set. And then finally, all of our backgrounds are on that sale. So all the backgrounds, if you don't own any of these, it's like the buffalo check, make sure you get these. I know I'm stocking up on some. I've kind of delayed on placing any background or ordering any background sets for a while, so I'm definitely going to be stocking up on those during the sale. So that is just a quick walkthrough of some of my favorites from the 24-hour sale. Make sure that if you want any of these, you shop on Wednesday. And I did put a link to the flyer in the video description, so you can look at the flyer, start planning now, so you're ready to go on Wednesday. Okay, so that is that. Let me put this away. Christmas time is here. It's coming. Christmas time is coming sweet. Or is here. It's coming soon. This is going to come in November for customers. And there's so many products in here. There's so many. There's a stamp set. There's DSP. There's even a bracelet you can purchase. There's dies, there's ribbon, there's glitter enamel dots. This is coming in November 1st. You can only get it while supplies last. So it starts November 1st. It's only available while supplies last. You can actually add it to your starter kit if you love it all now. All right, let's get to that trimmer. I know you guys want to see the trimmer. Hello, here it is. So let's talk real quick because I don't even have my old trimmer to compare it with. And when I got the new trimmer, I had fully intended to do a side-by-side comparison, what this one has that the other one doesn't, and vice versa. And I started using this trimmer, and I loved it so much that I just, without thinking, got rid of my other one. Just without thinking, it's gone. I can't even do a side-by-side comparison anymore because I don't have it. This one is that good. But let's talk about stuff that the old one had. You may have the old one that the old one had that this one does not. There's no storage on the bottom. The old one had like a little thing that you could store either extra blades in, maybe a bone folder, pencils, stuff like that you could store in. This one has no storage, but that makes it lighter and also thinner. So this one is quite a bit thinner than our other one. And it's also lighter because it doesn't have that storage. Now, to be honest with you guys, I never even used the storage. I thought it was a great idea when it came out, and then I never ever used the storage. It just wasn't functional for me to have to keep turning my paper cutter over and getting stuff out of the bottom. So I'm happy that there's no storage in it. I think it makes for a better trimmer that way. All right, so this one does not have a removable track. You remember our old one had that removable track that would sometimes fall out, often fall out if you didn't lock your arm. It would fall out a lot and sometimes get lost. This one no longer has that. The track is just inset in there. And I'm going to hold this up, and I hope the video doesn't go blurry. The track is inset in there, and it's actually a thinner track, and it's a better track. So I hope you guys can see that. But, so no removable track. You don't have to worry about losing it. You don't have to worry about it falling out. This is in there to stay. It's good. There is no lock on this one. The other one, our old one, had a little lock you would push, and that would keep the bar from falling off. This one doesn't need it. I'm holding it upside down, and that bar is not falling off. There are little, it doesn't have a lock, but it does have a little notch. I don't know if you guys can see that. There's a little notch right here. And then on the side, let's see, I don't know. There's a little notch right there, and the bar just clicks into place. So, it's not going to fall open. It's not going to fall open. You're not going to lose your blades. It's not going to fall off. So even though there's no lock on here, there is it does click into place to hold your paper so nothing falls off. It's great. Okay, this one also has a little handle if you want to hang it up. Maybe you have a pegboard or something. You want to hang it up. This does have a handle to hang it with. So that's handy. This one, we also have a fold-out arm on this one, and this one goes up to over 17 inches. It's like 17.25 inches that you can measure up to. And I want to point out, and if you remember on our old one, there was a big gap. You could not see numbers past, I think it was 6 inches, and then it was like almost a ½ inch gap where you could not see numbers. This one actually has the lines actually etched into the plastic so you can see those numbers. So you're not losing out on any scoring or any measuring. You do lose a little bit up between 6.5 and, no, I'm sorry, this is 6.5. You do lose a little bit between 6.25 and 6.5, but I mean, we're talking centimeters. You don't lose a lot, and it's fantastic. So these are etched in. It's phenomenal. This new cutter is pretty amazing. And then that cutting arm just snaps right into place. Okay, let's talk about blades. So let me take this blade out real quick, and I'm going to show you guys. This blade is far more substantial than our old blade, and I'm going to hold this for a minute and hope. So you guys can see that blade in there. It's pretty substantial. I have actually, when I was showing this to my team, to my downline, I actually cut myself with it. So it is a pretty substantial blade. And I have cut over I've prepped over 100 cards already on just this one blade, and it's still super sharp. So this is a pretty substantial blade. I'm super happy with it so far. I have not had any problems at all. And again, I've prepped majorly with it already. So I really wanted to give it a good workout. Let me get out the scoring blade, or the scoring tool if I can. All right, here it is. So the scoring tool, you'll notice, is more of like, let me put it behind here too, just so you can see it better. It's more of like a little wheel, I would say. It doesn't turn like a wheel, but it does give, it gives a pretty nice score. The score line is not as deep as what you would get on like your Simply Scored, but the score line, it does give a good score. It does give a really good fold when you score it, and we're going to try that. We're going to try them both out in a sec. So let me put my score tool back, my blade back. So you'll also notice up here on the top, there's lots of stoppers for your cardstock. I don't know how to, and it's also on the bottom too. So if you were cutting something super thin, your cardstock always has a place to rest and be stopped. I remember on my old one, when I would try to cut some thin sheets, it might sometimes go crooked because there wasn't anywhere to stop it to keep it flush. So that does, you have lots of stoppers up here, which I love. And on the right side, if you are cutting thinner strips, you can cut up to 1.5 inches on the right side, which is an improvement. Our old one, you could only cut up to 1.25. So we got another 1/4 inch. So speaking of really thin strips, let me show you. So this is, I mean, super thin, and you can see how beautifully that cut. So we'll just cut a few strips of this. You just want to lift it up and keep going. And you can see just how beautiful it's cutting, and just really thin strips, really nice and precise. You can cut any length. Beautiful. I love it. Let's score this one. So we're going to score this at 4 1/4. So 4 1/4. All of these little lines are 1/4 inch apart. So if that helps you. So 4 1/4, we're going to do our score. So, and I don't know if it's going to show up well on the camera. But again, so that line is pretty faint, but I have found that when you fold it, it gives a pretty precise cut. So we're going to cut this at 5 1/2 like we were making a card. So, and then when you fold it on that score line, you get a much cleaner, it's cleaner, and either way you fold it, it's cleaner than our old score was. So big improvement there too. Okay, and one more thing, I don't know if you guys noticed, but this bar, when your cutter is closed, this bar right here, this line right here, when you were cutting right at 5 1/2, that line is right at 5 1/2. So as long as you're making sure that you're lined up with that line, you're going to get perfect cuts for card bases every time. Just line it up with that line. Okay. So I think that's it. Do you guys have any questions on the paper cutter? I really like it. Like I said, when I got this one, I used it a couple times, and I got rid of my old one without even thinking that I would want it for like a side-by-side comparison. But if you have the old one and you still have blades, go ahead and finish up those blades. And then when you're ready to invest in the new one, this one is far superior. And we do have, we will be selling replacement blades for this one as well. They will come in a 4-pack instead of a 2-pack. But again, I have used the blade that it came with for prepping over 100 cards, and it's still going strong. It's still sharp. It's still going strong. So these are going to last a lot longer. I think you're going to be much happier with them. They're much bigger too. They're easier to hold. It's, I mean, just a far superior cutter any way you look at it. So that's the paper trimmer. If you guys have questions on it, please let me know. We're going to move that out of the way. I did promise that I had one more thing to show you before we get to our project. So, the Christmas countdown kit in the holiday catalog. Let me get my catalog. Let me show you guys what I'm talking about. So, the Christmas countdown kit is super cute. And I don't know if you guys have this, but it is super cute. And, I saw it and I thought, that's going to be a great, I'm going to get that, but I'm not going to use it for Christmas countdown. We, as my family and I, are taking a trip to Disney World in November, and I thought this would be such a cute countdown kit for my kids to count down to the day we leave. So I made, so I'm going to show you the one I made. And so not only is it going to be a countdown for the kids, but it's also like a trip reveal. They don't know where we're going yet. They don't even know we're taking a trip yet. So inside each box, and I'll show you the boxes in a second, inside each box is going to be a clue about Disney World, about our destination. Now, you guys are going to see the box and you're going to go, well, they're going to guess that right away. But we'll talk about that in a second. We'll go into that in a second. So this is the project kit. So it comes with the boxes that I'm going to show you in a minute. It comes with instructions, and they are full color instructions. And then it comes with everything you need for your Christmas boxes. So when I get home from my trip, I'm actually going to make them into the Christmas boxes just on the reverse side of the boxes. And I'll show you that. So let me move all this stuff out of the way. And let me pull in my Disney World countdown calendar so you guys can see it. And I don't even know if I'm going to be able to get it all on the camera, so we may have to just move it up a little bit. So you guys can see I used lots of punches. I used lots of punch art to make all these little characters. And so the boxes will just pull right out. This one is Elsa. And so when we get back from the trip, I'll just turn the boxes around and make this side the Christmas side. So I'll have double duty for this. This is our Disney World countdown though. So I want you guys to think of this in not just as a Christmas countdown. You guys can count down to any event, any special event. I mean, if you have like a wedding, or maybe you have a big vacation coming up, or I mean anything, a birthday, anything, this would be really cute. And so inside each of the little boxes, there's a little clue. And once the kids figure it out, which I honestly don't think it'll take too long, but once they figure it out, then there's going to be, like, this one has the Garden Grill, a picture of the Garden Grill restaurant, which is where we're going to be having breakfast one day at Epcot. So once they figure it out, then it's just going to be a fun countdown to the excitement of the trip. We have a picture of magic bands. We'll get them our magic bands. So it'll just be a really fun countdown to our Disney vacation coming next month. So, and they all have little clues. Now, if you guys, I know, you want a Disney countdown? I know this actually, I mean, I love it. We may just leave this out as a Disney thing forever because it's so cute. So people are like, oh, but they're going to guess it immediately because it's Disney themed. Now, if you've been in my house, I have lots of Disney stuff all over my house. So putting out something Disney is not necessarily like a dead giveaway that something is going to happen Disney themed. So it could just be that we like it a lot. What is this one? This one is tennis shoes, because if you've been to Disney World, you know there's a ton of walking. So the first 5 or 6 boxes are not necessarily Disney themed. Like this one is little suitcases. So so they really have like 5 choices before it starts getting into the full Disney theme, where it's going to be, I forget where it really happens. Those are our dates. Maybe it's on Fear. Nope, that's an airplane. So that could be anywhere. An airplane can take you anywhere. What is this one? I'm trying to think of when it really, yeah, the magic bands on Anna is where it really starts, is the dead giveaway. So if they don't guess it by the 9th day, they sure will by then. So, but I think they will. They're pretty clever kids. But so I wanted to show you that. I want to show you this is not just for Christmas. Make sure you're not overlooking that in the holiday catalog. You can use it for anything. So I'm going to put this away. We're going to get to our project. I promise. We have a project. All right. I have a really cute card today. So we're going to, if you guys have questions on any of that, please let me know. Okay, this is the card we're making today. Isn't that cute? I love these colors. Just some like subtle fall colors. Really, really cute. And we are using the 2 Every Season bundle. So this is in the holiday catalog. And I love this one. You get fall, Christmas, Valentine's Day, Halloween. And then if you bundle it together, it comes with these 4 little mini punches, which are super cute. And this little snowflake, I think you could also layer as a flower too. It doesn't have to be a snowflake. So you can layer it as a flower. We're going to be using the little leaf today for our fall card. So we're going to put the other ones away. Okay. You love what you did. You know what, Carla, I really love it too. I think we may just like leave it out year round. It's so cute. And it came out a lot better than, I mean, I had to measure it in my head. I had sketched it out. I had sketched out characters. But you know, when something actually works as it's supposed to in your head, it's so much better. I just love it when that happens. Okay, we are actually going to start this card. Let me show you what all the card bits are before we get to it. I prepped this last week, so I hope I can remember it. So we have a Coastal Cabana card base. This is 8.5 by 5.5, and then it is scored at 4 1/4, of course. And then we have Petal Pink. This is 5 1/4 by 4. I have a piece of Smoky Slate DSP. This is from the Neutrals DSP pack. This is 5 by 3 3/4. And then I have one of our little stitch nested labels. Now, if you were making this at home, I would encourage you to stamp first and then die cut. But I didn't want to pull out my big shot. I knew this video is going to be pretty long already with the paper cutter and that advent calendar that we were talking about. So I believe this is the second or third smallest one, if you're measuring. And then I have lots of leaves. I punched out a ton to prep when I was making this card. So we have lots of different leaves. And then I have a piece of white, oh my gosh, what is this called? Baker's Twine. Oh my gosh, it's a Monday morning. It's about 9 inches, 9 to 10 inches. And then we have some rhinestones. We're actually going to start with the Baker's Twine because I want to color it. I wanted to have some, let me get out my scrap paper. I wanted to have some Smoky Slate Baker's Twine, but we only have the Whisper White in the catalog. But I do have Stampin' Blends. So I'm going to use the brush tip on my Stampin' Blend, and I'm just going to kind of just gently color onto that Baker's Twine. You just kind of want to turn it as you're coloring it. And I want to do this first just to give it plenty of time to dry. Then I'm going to turn it over, and we're going to do the same thing on this side. And I'm not going to worry too much about getting the edges real good, because after I tie my bow, we're probably going to cut off a lot of those edges. So, and if it's kind of sketchy, that's fine too. So we're just going to color that up. We're going to set that aside to dry. So I just use my blend. So if you have Stampin' Blends and you have Baker's Twine, you can make any color of Baker's Twine you want. And while we're coloring with our blends, I'm also going to take my light Bermuda Bay, and I'm going to color 3 rhinestones with my blends too, because I just wanted a little bit of a Coastal Cabana kind of looking rhinestone. We don't have Coastal Cabana blends, but Bermuda Bay is pretty close, and especially after you color them. So I don't know if you guys can see those, but they are like Bermuda Bay-ish. Coastal Cabana-ish. The light Bermuda Bay is very close to Coastal Cabana. Okay, let's get to our stamping then. So I have lots of scraps of the Highland Heather, Coastal Cabana, Highland Heather, and Petal Pink. And we're going to stamp our little leaves in those colors and then punch some out. Now, we're probably not going to need all of these leaves, but we're just going to stamp them anyway because, of course, I want to show you how it all coordinates. So we're just going to stamp our little leaf, and you would do this a couple times. I think I used 2 or 3 of each leaf, so I'm just going to show you once though. And then the little leaf punch coordinates perfectly, and it punches right out. Isn't that cute? So you would do that with your scraps. I'm not going to go into that too much right now, but you would do that with your scraps, and then also punch out some from the silver foil too. I have some of those as well. So we're all prepped with the leaves. I'm not going to go into that any further. We do need to stamp our greeting. As long as we have our Coastal Cabana ink out, we do need to stamp our greeting, and this is from that same stamp set, the To Every Season stamp set. And let's see if I can get this straight. This is why you guys would stamp it and then die cut it. I think I'm off camera, so let me pull it up. Let's see if we can get it straight on camera. If not, we'll make it work. It's fine. Oh, not too bad. Yay, yay me. I haven't stamped in a really long time. Last week, I ended up getting sick like on Wednesday. I had this cold that just would not go away. And then my daughter had a birthday slumber party over the weekend. So that was nice and fun. I'm trying to figure out what I'm doing. I'm getting my gray inks. So it's been a while since I've been in my stamp room. This was all prep last week because I was ready to go live last Thursday, but then I could not talk. So I figured I better not, because that would be a really sad video if you just had to watch me in silence. So I have my basic gray and then my Smoky Slate, and we are just using, I used this little tiniest leaf for our punches, and we're just using these other 2 leaves from that stamp set. And we're just going to stamp them onto our DSP. I'm going to start with my basic, or not my basic gray, I'm starting with my Smoky Slate. me move this out of the way. Let me move this up a little bit so you can see. Starting with my Smoky Slate, and I'm just going to kind of put it around where I think that greeting is going to go. And then I'm just going to go off the page a little bit on the sides and the top. Just like that. Just with my Smoky Slate. It's going to be real subtle. It's Smoky Slate on Smoky Slate, so it's nice tone on tone. And then I'm going to come in with my basic gray, which is a darker gray. And I'm going to do some more leaves. Just right around them. Right next to them. Super cute. Turn this upside down. Just like that. Super cute. So it just adds a little bit of extra texture in the background. A little bit of extra stamping. Really fun. So we're going to move all our ink pads out of the way. And then as long as I have that Smoky Slate blend out, I'm going to use my brush tip. And I'm just going to flick on some little splatters. I think that adds a lot of fun texture too. So just some little splatters flicked on there. Okay, let's start layering up our card. We'll start with our little tag here. I didn't get out any adhesive. Uh-oh. I do have dimensionals. Let me grab my, I think my snail's out. I think we're gonna have to use fast fuse. Use snail if you're at home. Let's just start with our little card base here. So we're gonna take our DSP, we're gonna stick it to our Petal Pink piece. Very nice. Just like that. And then this is gonna get popped up on dimensionals onto our card, so we might as well just do that as well. As long as we're here, I'm using regular size dimensionals. I do have the mini ones out for the leaves too, because those are tiny. Okay. All right, let's get this on here. So I didn't use my bone folder on this. I probably should have, but that's okay. All right, so we have our card base. It's pretty already. All right, so let's start with our, let's put this out of the way, move this in. Let's start with our leaves. Now I figured it all out on here, so I'm just gonna copy what I did. So let me get some liquid glue too. We're gonna take a Highland Heather leaf. You can use glue dots too, and actually glue dots might be a better idea than liquid glue. Maybe I'll get my glue dots out. So you're gonna take your Highland Heather leaf, just put that up there. I'm gonna take a Petal Pink leaf. And I'm just putting a little bit of adhesive on the back. Maybe I should get my glue dots out. You guys are, you're like, geez, Ruth, get your adhesive together. All right, now on the back of these, I want to make sure, I want to put a little bit of glue, and we're going to stick a silver one right on the back of that one. And you can actually use dimensionals, little mini dimensionals to pop that up. So we're starting our little tag building here. And then on the bottom down here, I'm going to put another little Highland Heather one, just on the very bottom poking out down here. And that's where we're going to add our bow. We're going to add this to our card right now because we're just going to fill in the rest of the leaves on the card. So I'm going to flip this over. We're going to throw some dimensionals on the back of that. And all right. Okay, so let's go back to the trimmer for a minute. So as of right now, there is no release date for customers to purchase the trimmer. But like I said, you can join Stampin' Up! And put it in your starter kit right now. So this is just going in kind of the bottom right corner. There we go. And then we're just going to fill in a lot of those leaves. I'm going to take a Coastal Cabana leaf and just kind of fill them in. You'll just see me go through and just fill in the leaves. Just all around that greeting. Right here. So joining my team, I mean, we have so much fun. I have some Christmas things planned for my team too. So it's such a good time to join my team. And when you join, you get to choose $125 worth of products for only $99. So that trimmer is only $25. So you'll still get to choose $100 worth of products, and you're only paying $99. Shipping is free, so you're only paying tax on that. And then you get the trimmer before everyone else. So that's such a good deal. Okay, so I just put in a little Petal Pink leaf and a silver leaf down here, and then we're just going to fill in a little bit more on the top. So I'm going to use a Coastal Cabana leaf up here. I think glue dots would be quicker, but it's okay. It gives me time to chat. But so if you have ever thought about joining Stampin' Up!, this is such a great time because you don't want to miss out on that trimmer. It is pretty fabulous, you guys. And I knew it would be. And I know that there's also been questions about the new die cutting machine, and we haven't heard anything about that. But I am sure, as it has been in the past, demonstrators will get first crack at that die cutting machine. So if you want first opportunities for things like that, being a demonstrator is really the best way to get those things early. Okay, so there is our card almost done. We have our little baker's twine over here that we colored with our gray blend, our Smoky Slate blend. And I'm just going to tie that in a bow, just a small little bow. And I think I am going to have to dig out my glue dots for this because we're going to have to attach it with glue dots. So let me see if I can find my glue dots. Here they are. I have to keep my glue dots, I think I've mentioned this before, but I have to keep my glue dots hidden on my desk because my cat likes the little waxy paper and she will actually steal my entire roll of glue dots if I leave it out. So I'll leave a lot of things out on my desk, but glue dots, I learned the hard way to not leave out on your desk because the cat will steal them. And then the cat gets them all over the house. I found an unrolled thing of glue dots all over my living room once with glue dots. The glue dots died face down on my wood floor. So you learn the hard way real quick that you cannot leave the glue dots out. All right, now we have our rhinestones here that we colored. This is just our finishing touch. We're just going to add those 3 Bermuda Bay rhinestones that we colored. I'm going to use my Take Your Pick tool now that those are nice and dry as well. And I'm just going to scatter these around my little grating here. Okay, that is our card, you guys. So once we actually got stamping, it was a very quick card, right? That's our card. Super cute. I really, really love this bundle. If you don't have this bundle on your wish list, make sure you put it on your wish list. It's great year round. I mean, that heart, you can definitely use year round. You're so sweet that you can use that really anytime. It doesn't have to be a Valentine's Day card. All of these, I mean, just super sweet. You can use these anytime. So make sure you put that on your wish list. If you do need to place an order, please head to my website. Use this host code. This month I'm sending you a PDF with 3 exclusive new projects. And make sure you don't miss that flash sale. And when you're shopping, use that host code on the flash sale too, and you'll get that PDF as well. All right, you guys, if you're on Facebook, please share this with your friends. If you're watching this on the replay at YouTube, please give me a thumbs up and then subscribe to my channel. And if you guys have any questions, please let me know. Otherwise, I will see you guys Thursday. We'll be back this Thursday for another live. And I'll see you guys then. Bye.